Hi, I'm Seisha. Welcome to Thick Thigh Yoga. Um, we are going to do about an hour flow, and all you need is some space. Props are always welcome, but not necessary. You are here to give this a try. That's it. Do your best. I want you to just put your phone on silent, and we are going to get started. Alrighty, so what I need you to do is make sure your phone is on silent and find a nice, comfortable seat on your mat. You can sit however you like. You can send the feet forward, out to the sides, folds in the knees, bottoms of feet together, whatever feels right for you here, but find a nice tall spine. And I invite you to bring the eyes to a close or a soft gaze so there are no visual distractions. You can place the palms up on the lap. If you'd like to receive the energy that's already been created in your space today, or place them down if you're feeling overcharged and you want to release some of that to start your practice. Inhale, belly, ribs, chest. Exhale, chest, ribs, belly. Inhale, belly, ribs, chest. Exhale, chest, ribs, belly. Continue these rounds of breath, and I'd like you to try and set an intention for today's class. How would you like to feel? What would you like to accomplish? Or maybe what would you like to let go of? And if you have something you know you want to let go of, on your next inhale, put it in a nice big bubble in the belly. And on your exhale, let it float out of the mouth, let it go. Happiness cannot be traveled to, owned, earned, worn, or consumed. Happiness is the spiritual experience of living every minute with love, grace, and gratitude. Dennis Waitley. As we breathe here, I want you to think about filling up from your toes all the way to the crown of the head. As we inhale, we breathe in from the bottom all the way up. As we exhale, we release everything out. Through these inhales and exhales, we are breathing in and pulling in whatever will serve us, will make our lives better for the day, for the week, for the year, everything in our environment that we have created, all the good energy. And as we exhale, we are releasing everything that will not serve us, that will not serve us throughout this practice, throughout, again, our lives, throughout our day, throughout our week. Whatever we can let go, we let it go. We don't need it. It's taking up space we don't have for it. On your next inhale, you can flutter the eyes open. Sweep the arms up all the way nice and tall. Interlace the fingers, flip the palms, and press up to the sky. Roll the elbows back, lift the chest, lift the gaze. We are externally rotating everything to make space. And then exhale back to center. Reach up and release the shoulders down away from the ears. We keep the fingers together to maintain the tension, but feel the stretch across the back. Shoulders nice and pressed back. Inhale, lengthen, release the fingers. We're going to take an exhale, twist to the right. Right hand, I'll turn this way so you can see, right hand falls behind the spine, left hand across the body, twist. Look over that back shoulder. Inhale, sweep the arms up through center, switching sides. Exhale, down on the left side. Left hand behind the spine, right hand across the body. Press into the left, look over the back shoulder, twist. Inhale, sweep the arms up through center. Exhale, hinge at the hips and fold forward. Wherever the hands fall is fine. Release any tension in the arms, maybe gentle bend in the elbows, let the spine and the crown of the head hang heavy. We are folding over the legs, just releasing any tension here. Big stretch in the lower back. Start to walk the hands back, slide them back, find height. Beautiful. From here, roll over the knees and come to your tabletop position. Shoulders stack on top of wrists. Hips stacked on top of knee. Hands and knees are on railroad tracks. Straight back and forth. Gaze is down between the hands or towards the front edge of the mat. Press the floor away here, wrap the elbows in, shoulders spread across the back. If I had the perfect size box, it would slide underneath you and it would sit on your back without sliding. If it's more comfortable to tuck the toes, you can tuck the toes here for support. But wrap those elbows in, wrap the shoulders in, elbows in as well. Elbow creases, reach for the front edge of the mat in front of you. Inhale, drop the belly, arch the back, lift the gaze, lift the tailbone, fill up the lungs. Exhale, tuck the tailbone, tuck the chin, round the spine, empty out the lungs. Inhale, lift. Exhale, tuck. Inhale, lift, and you're going to start to add in any motions or movements you feel you need in the body at this time. Slide forward, slide back, tuck the toes, stretch out the feet. Allow yourself access to your own body. Where do you need to make space today? Where do you need to give your body gratitude for all the work it has done for you in the past week? If you're going in circles, please change direction in your circles so you get both ways. Two more rounds of breath here. Last time, exhale and reset. Come to some stillness in your tabletop position. From here, I want you to walk the hands back to find a seat on the heels. Maybe you sit back on the heels, maybe you sit up tall. It doesn't really matter. Just take the weight out of the hands. From here, your hands plant down right in front of the knees. And we're going to flip them over so the back of the hand is down and the fingertips reach for the knees. Press as much weight as you need to into the back of the hands in order to stretch out the muscles in the palms, the muscles in the forearms. These are our texting and our typing muscles. It's nice to help release. When you're ready, you can flip those palms over. Reset here. Gently roll into the palms. Feel the knuckles press into the mat. And again, you're stretching out here, but not too hard, right? Not too much. You need to be a good judge of this. Evaluate how that feels, what you would like a little bit more of or a little less of. You can ease up out of the palms. You don't have to hurt. I need to remind you of that. From here, release the weight you have out of the hands, but plant them back down. We're going to set the knees wide. Send those knees wide. Naturally, your toes are going to point in towards each other. Maybe they come to touch. Now here in this nice sunken seat, sink those hips back to the heels. We're going to walk the hands forward slowly to our child's pose. Let the chest and the belly melt into the mat. If you feel like you're really high, maybe you make a pillow for the forehead with the hands, or slide a block underneath where the forehead lands on your mat, and that brings the floor up to you, a little less of a hold for your body. You can press the forehead here, sweep the arms around the sides, interlace the fingers behind the back. These are all options for you. Maybe you send that fist up towards the crown of the head. That releases the shoulder blades. It's a big stretch back there. Do what feels right for your body here. If just keeping the hands forward and resting feels the best, then that's what you do. Can we release more in the spine? Can you make more space for the belly between the knees? Do you need more? Maybe you don't. You're in a great place. Great. That's awesome. Sweep the hands forward if you took a bind, and slide the back underneath the shoulders. Press the floor away to lift the chest. Bring those knees back in and walk the hands forward, finding that tabletop position one more time. Shoulders stack on top of wrist, hips on top of knee. From here, we tuck the toes, right? And think about everything being in line. Wrist, elbows, shoulders, hips, knees, heels. We tuck the toes, press the floor away, send the hips up and back for your first downward dog of the day. It's nice and high, like you're trying to put a butt print on the ceiling. Come high up on the toes to stretch out the feet. Push the heels low to the ground to stretch out the calves. Pedal out the knees and make any other motions or movements you feel you need in your body. Just like our tabletop free movement. Do what feels right for you here. If down dog does not feel right for you today, at any time, it could be now, it could be later, and you want to come to tabletop instead, come to tabletop, right? Tabletop is another active resting position, just like down dog. It serves the same purpose for us. 2 more rounds of breath here. Get into whatever spaces or places you feel you need in the body. And then when you're ready, come to some stillness. Hips high, long spine, wrist to hip is flat. Think about extending all the way towards the sky, and then hip to heel, we have a gentle bend in the knees. Gaze forward between the hands, bend in the knees, and walk forward to your fold. The hands might need to come up to bring the feet forward, and that's fine. If you're on your tabletop and you want to sweep one foot forward and then step forward with the other. Hang out here, grab opposite elbows, swing and sway back and forth, left and right. Nod the head yes, shake the head no, loosen up the spine. The more you press the belly into the thighs, the more the spine will release. We complain about our bellies. Oh, the belly is in the way. But if the belly is pressing into the thighs, you're going to get such a great spinal release. Right? If there was no belly there, you might have a harder time getting to it. So just letting you know, sometimes it can be an advantage. Release the hands. Come to some stillness. Crown of the head is low. Inhale, halfway lift, flat back. Shoulder blades squeeze back. Chest is parallel to the mat. Just like tabletop, with a flat back, hands find the legs. Gentle bend in the knees, right? We don't need to be straight here either. We're never locking in. Exhale, fold back down, touch the mat. Right? If you don't touch, bend more, touch. Even if it's just the fingertips to rest a little. Press into the heels, sweep the arms all the way up and over the head. Hands come to prayer and slide down through heart center. From here, we release the hands and make whatever motions, movements we feel we need in the body here. Adjustments, do what feels right for you. And then come back to some stillness right at the top of your mat. The top of your mat is where you stand, where you have space for your hands to come down for your fold. I'm going to turn, you stay where you are. We are stacking heels, ankles, knees, hips, shoulders, just like tabletop, just like our down dog. Everything is always in line. Zip it up, tailbone to the crown of the head, all the way up. Roll like 1 inch taller. Beautiful long spine, very nice. Inhale, sweep the arms up. Exhale, swan dive fold. Arms go out wide, heart leads down to the mat. Inhale, halfway lift flat back, shoulder blades squeeze back, chest is parallel. Exhale, plant the hands down. Step back and find your plank. Maybe your expression of plank is on the knees. That's absolutely fine. But no matter what, your shoulders are in line with your hips and your knees. Elbows in, shoulders stacks on top of wrists. Nice long line, shoulder to heel. Everybody lower the knees. Yes, right? So that forward modified plank, if you were coming to a modified plank or bringing your knees down, this is your modified plank. Your hips are still in line. This is a tabletop. Well, this isn't even really a tabletop because our hands are wrong, right? But this is more of a tabletop, at least the bottom half of the body. This is your modified plank, okay? Untuck the toes, toenails kiss the mat, elbows wrap in and lower the chest. They squeeze close to the body. Beautiful. Toenails kissing the mat, press the floor away. Lift up, cobra. Bend in the elbows as much as you see fit, but shoulders down away from the ears. Spine is nice and long. You lift the gaze towards where the ceiling and the wall meet in front of you. One more round of breath here. Exhale, tuck the toes, bend in the knees, send the hips back. If you're coming to tabletop, just slide the hands back. If you're going to down dog, send those hips back. Nice, tall, long spine, flat back, hips high. Gaze forward, bend in the knees, and walk it forward to your fold. Again, maybe the hands need to come up first, or you sweep one leg around at a time and step it forward. Inhale, halfway lift flat back, shoulder blades squeeze back. Exhale, fold. Inhale, press into the heels, sweep the arms all the way up, hands come to prayer, and slide down through heart center. We're going to pick up some speed for our sun salutations, really build that heat. Inhale, lift. Every breath is a movement. Exhale, fold. Inhale, halfway lift, flat back, shoulder blades back, hands find the legs. Exhale, plant the hands down, step back, find your plank. Shoulders stack on top of wrists, elbows in, lower knees, then chest. Untuck the toes here, press the floor away, inhale, cobra. If up dog is in your practice, you can add that in now, pressing into the tops of the toes, lift the thighs up off the mat. Optional, always optional. Exhale, tuck the toes, engage the core, send the hips up and back, down dog. Gaze forward between the hands. Find your way forward to your fold. Again, maybe you're sweeping a leg around or walking up or hopping if you have a float or a hop in your practice. Inhale, halfway lift flat back. Exhale, fold. Inhale, sweep all the way up and over the head. Hands go wide and up over to prayer and slide down through heart center. Whew. Inhale, lift. Exhale, fold. Bend in the knees, touch the mat. Inhale, halfway lift, flat back. Exhale, plant the hands down, step back, find your plank. Long straight line, shoulder, hip, heel. Elbows in, lower knees, then chest or full body in one piece with control. Hands under the shoulders. Inhale, lift cobra or up dog. Exhale, tuck the toes, send the hips up and back, down dog. Gaze forward, bend the knees, find your way forward to your fold. Inhale, halfway lift flat back. Hands find the legs. Exhale, fold. Hands find the mat. Inhale, sweep all the way up. Hands come to prayer, slide down through heart center. Inhale, lift. Exhale, fold. Beautiful. Gaze down between the hands. Nice. Inhale, halfway lift flat back. Shoulder blades squeeze back. You're also synchronized. It's lovely. Exhale, plant the hands down, step back, find your plank. Long straight line, shoulder, hip, heel. Shoulders stack on top of wrist. Beautiful. Gaze down between the hands. Hold that spot. Elbows in. Lower your way down to the mat. Knees then chest or full body in one piece. Untuck the toes. Hands underneath the shoulders. Press the floor away. Inhale, cobra or up dog. Very nice. Exhale, tuck the toes. Send the hips back, down dog. Very smooth transition. Gaze forward, bend in the knees. Find your way forward to your fold. Inhale, halfway lift, flat back. Exhale, fold. Inhale, sweep. Exhale, hands to prayer. Inhale, lift. Exhale, fold. Inhale, halfway lift, flat back, shoulder blades back. Exhale, plant the hands down, step back, find your plank. Nice. Hips in line. Lower your way down to the mat. Untuck the toes. Press the floor away. Inhale, lift. And exhale, very nice. Tuck the toes, send the hips up and back, down dog or tabletop. Three breaths here. Hips high, think about your alignment. Wrist, shoulder, hip all in line. Hip to heel. Gentle bend in the knee is great. Maybe the heels find the mat, maybe they don't. Most likely they don't. And that's absolutely fine. If you find that a problem, you can slide a blanket at the bottom of your mat so your heels will have somewhere to rest, a blanket or a towel. Gaze forward, bend in the knees, find your way forward to your fold. Inhale, halfway lift, flat back, shoulder blades back. Hands find the legs. Exhale, fold. Inhale, sweep all the way up. Hands come to prayer, slide down through heart center. Inhale, lift. Exhale, fold. Inhale, halfway lift, flat back, shoulder blades squeeze back. Exhale, plant the hands down, find your way back to your plank. Holding for 3 breaths here in your plank. So maybe that means you want to bring the knees down. That's cool. Exhale, lower your way with control. Untuck the toes. Inhale, lift, cobra or up dog. Exhale, tuck the toes, send the hips up and back, down dog. Everybody come down to the knees. Set the knees wide. Bring the big toes together or towards each other. Maybe they don't quite touch. Send the hips back and let the forehead rest. Child's pose. This is just a chance to reset the breath. Maybe wipe a little sweat or stretch the shoulders if you want to take any of the motions from the beginning of class. If you want a little more work right now instead of a rest, you can stay in your down dog. Sweep the hands forward if you took a bind. Slide them back underneath the shoulders. Press the floor away, lift up. Bring those knees in. Walk the hands forward, passing through your tabletop. Tuck the toes, send the hips up and back, down dog. Now, if you want to stay at tabletop, absolutely. And this still works. So hips nice and high. Press the floor away, long spine. Imagine somebody slid their thumbs right under your hips and pulled your hips up high. We're finding length in the spine here. That way, wrap the shoulders in, support yourself here. Gaze forward between the hands and then look back between the feet. Are they the same distance apart? We want to be in line in that way. It's the same as if you're in tabletop. We want the hands and the knees the same distance. We want the hands and the heels same distance here. Come to some stillness. Gaze forward, bend in the knees. Find your way forward to your fold. I know that was a long time to be up there. Sorry. Sorry, not sorry. You're going to be so strong. Inhale, halfway lift flat back, shoulder blades squeeze back. Exhale, fold. Inhale, sweep all the way up and over the head. Hands come to prayer and slide down through heart center. We're going to take a quick shoulder stretch. Reach both arms up. Re-wrap your left hand around your right wrist. Which I got to be a little higher. Left hand around the right wrist. And we're taking a big stretch over to the left side. One more breath here. Inhale back up through center, switch wrists. Right wraps around the left, and we take a big stretch to the right. Beautiful. Feel that big crescent moon in the body. Inhale back up through center. Exhale, fold all the way down. Inhale, halfway lift flat back. Exhale, plant the hands down, step back with the left foot only. Keep the left heel high, wiggle the right foot forward, press the hips forward, knee stacks on top of ankle. If you feel like their chest or shoulder doesn't have enough space, bring the right hand to the right knee. Wiggle the right foot forward enough to press the hips forward and stack the right knee on top of the right ankle. You can roll into the left hand here. And then we're rolling the right hand up and over the head, twist. Opposite hand and foot are in front of you. Beautiful. Gaze up to the right fingertips. Option to wrap the right arm around the back. That stretches the shoulder. Like you're trying to hook onto the left hip. Hook the fingers onto the left hip. One more breath here. Inhale, sweep that right arm up if you took the wrap. Exhale the right hand down, lower the back knee and untuck the back toes. Beautiful. Wiggle the right foot forward, press the hips forward, low lunge. Walk the hands up the knee and find height here. Feel the stretch already in the hips and the groin, right? We send those hips forward and we stack knee on top of ankle. Lift the chest, shoulder stack on top of hips. Option to stay right here and let the hips sink and let gravity do its job. Maybe you want a little more, you sweep the arms up. That takes away the support of the hands. Very nice, let those hips sink. 2 more breaths here. Exhale the hands down. Send the hips back, walk the hands back, slide the right heel forward. Toes point up towards your face. Feel the stretch in the back of the right leg. Elbows in, lower the chest into that right leg. Left hip is stacked on top of the left knee. Big stretch in the back of the right leg. You can walk the hands forward or back if they would be a little bit more supportive there. And yes, the most uncomfortable way to do this is absolutely 1, the right way, and 2, the most effective way. So again, sorry, not sorry. I want you to feel that stretch and I want you to loosen that up. These are the muscles that get tight just from us sitting in chairs and in cars and stuff. Press the floor away, lengthen the spine, inhale. Right hand comes inside the right leg, sweep that right leg back. Walk the hands forward. Press the hips forward, shoulders stack on top of wrists. We are automatically in our modified plank. Option to stay in your modified plank or tuck the toes and lift up to your full expression of plank. Do what feels right for you here. Elbows in, lower your way to the mat. Untuck the toes, press the floor away, inhale, cobra or up dog. Exhale, tuck the toes, engage the core, send the hips up and back. Down dog. Gaze forward. Inhale, right leg lifts, 3-legged dog. We're just sending the heel up to where the ceiling and the wall meet behind us. Hips and shoulders stay square with the short edge of the mat. We bang that knee in and hug it in. Slide the shoulders forward on top of the wrists, lead a nose. Inhale, we lift up and back, 3-legged dog. Exhale, we slide it up and in. We try to keep those hips square, going back and forth, hug it into the body. Option to do this in dolphin, which is the same shape, but on the forearms. We take the weight out of the wrists, send that heel back and the hips and shoulders forward. We inhale, lift. We exhale, squeeze. You can also do this in tabletop. We inhale, lift up and back. Exhale, squeeze it into the body. Lift the spine. We inhale, that heel up to the same height as the hip and shoulder. Hug. Do the version of this that works for your body, right? Be honest with yourself. Take as much work, challenge yourself. Beautiful, nice long spine. Yes, it is very much just hinging back and forth, but you're getting so much core work. And if you're in your down dog, you're getting so much shoulder and back work. 10 seconds. Last time, lift. Exhale, slide it forward and step the right foot down between the hands. Nice. So hold it right here and we're just breathing. Catch your breath, right? If you were on the knees, you swept that knee forward. And again, we're just breathing right here. That's fine. But as you hold and just breathe, understand that if you are working on your transition to step forward, that knee to nose is the same thing. We're just an inch away. We'll bring the foot down. From here, left to meet the right in a fold, everybody. Inhale, halfway lift, flat back, shoulder blade squeeze, back chest is parallel to the mat. Exhale, fold. Inhale, sweep all the way up and over the head, hands come to prayer, slide down to heart center. Inhale, lift. Exhale, fold. Inhale, halfway lift, flat back, shoulder blades back. Exhale, plant the hands down, step back with the right foot this time. Wiggle the left foot forward. Press the hips forward, runner's lunge. You can bring that left hand to the left knee. That gives you space on the left side. Sorry, I know I'm in the way, right? Space on that left side to adjust. Knee stacks on top of ankle. We roll into the right hand, roll the left hand up and over the head, gaze up to the left fingertips. Option to wrap the left arm around the back to stretch the shoulder. Release that left arm up. Exhale it back down. Everybody load the back knee, untuck the back toes. Wiggle that left foot forward, press the hips forward. Again, knee stacks on top of ankle. We don't want to be pressing in. We don't want to overextend the knee. Stacked. Walk the hands up the knee, find height here. When you look at the side, you should be stacked knee over ankle. Hips, shoulders all in line with the short edge of the mat. Find your height here. Let gravity work. Hips, sink the hips. And then when you're ready, sweep the arms up. Oh, I didn't say this on the other side. But if you need a towel or a cushion under the knee, put that under the knee. It'll make a difference. Exhale the hands down to frame the front foot, send the hips back. Walk those hands back, slide the left heel forward. Toes point up towards your face. Press into the fingertips, lengthen the spine, right hip stacks on top of the right knee, elbows in, lower into that left leg. Again, you can adjust the hands, do what feels right from here. Press into the fingertips, lengthen the spine, inhale. Left hand comes inside the left leg, and then we sweep that left leg back. Walk the hands forward, press the hips forward, shoulders stack on top of wrists. Modified plank. Elbows in, lower your way down to the mat. Toenails kissing the mat. Inhale, lift cobra or up dog. Shoulders down away from the ears. Exhale, bend the knees, tuck the toes, and the hips up and back, down dog. Which again, maybe a tabletop. or in this case, a dolphin. Same thing, opposite side. Inhale, left leg lifts, three-legged dog. Hips and shoulders are square with the short edge of the mat in front of you. Exhale, we hug it in, knee comes into the chest. Inhale, lift up and back. Exhale, squeeze. Going with your breath. Same options. Forearms. You might just feel more grounded. That might make more sense. Or tabletop. You are allowed to do the version of this that makes the most sense for your body. You don't have to hurt. Beautiful. Lift it up and back. Try to keep that hip down and in line, right? We don't want to roll it up when we go back. Nice adjustment. Yes, 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 yes. 10 seconds. Nice long lines. And then we exhale. Last time, hug it in and step the left foot forward, right? So whether that's in tabletop or from down dog, we still step that left foot down, in and forward. Step the right forward to meet the left in a fold. Inhale, halfway lift, flat back, shoulder blades squeeze back. Exhale, fold. Inhale, sweep all the way up and over the head. Hands come to prayer. Slide down through heart center. Inhale, lift. Exhale, fold. Inhale, halfway lift, flat back, shoulder blades back. Exhale, plant the hands down. Again, we step back with the left foot. Wiggle the right foot forward. Maybe you bring the hand to the knee to do that. Press the hips forward, knee stacks on top of ankle. Shoulders in line with the short edge of the mat. Ground into the right big toe. Sweep the arms all the way up. High lunge. It's the bigger version of what we just did. If this doesn't feel good, option to take it on the back knee. Nice big lift here. 3 more breaths. Exhale the hands down to frame that right foot first. Then the right hand comes inside the right leg. And we step back to plank. That's a transition right there. That's what we're doing today. We're transitioning. Roll into the right hand. Roll the right heel down. I'm going to go the opposite way so it makes sense to you. Roll into the right hand, roll both heels down to the right side, and roll the left hand up and over the head, side plank. Option to bend in the right knee and bring that right knee down, supported side plank. This way, we're a nice long line on the top side of the body, no matter which version of this we're doing. Roll the right hand down, lower your way, flow through your vinyasa. Untuck the toes, inhale, lift. Exhale, tuck the toes, down dog. We're not doing knee to noses, but we are doing a transition with your lunge. Inhale, left leg lifts, 3-legged dog. Exhale, we slide it forward, step it down between the hands. So again, if that's tabletop for you, sweep that left foot forward, just the left foot. And now the left toes, shoulders, hips, all in line with the short edge of the mat. You can walk the hands up the knee or ground into the big toe and sweep the arms up, high lunge. Very nice. Wrap those elbows in, fingers strong and energized. Nice, chest is lifted here. Beautiful, beautiful. One more breath. And here we exhale the hands down around that left foot. Left hand comes in. We step back to our plank. And then we roll both heels to the left side, roll into the left hand, roll the right hand up and over the head. Side plank. Again, option to bend in the left knee, bring that left knee down, modified side plank. But hip is high, core is engaged. Exhale the right hand down. Your version of plank, whichever one you are in, lower your way. Untuck the toes. Inhale, lift cobra or up dog. Exhale, tuck the toes, down dog. Come down to the knees, bend to the knees. Knees wide, big toes to touch. Send the hips back, let the forehead rest. 30 seconds, child's pose reset. Same option as last time. If you want to come to down dog as an active rest instead and get a little more work, you can absolutely do that. As we breathe here, we're settling the breath because yes, Seisha is about to ask you to do more crazy stuff. But I don't think it's been that bad thus far. No, maybe, I don't know. But you're breathing. Maybe you return to your intention. Maybe you acknowledge the parts of your body that you wanted to get to. Did you get to them? Did you find space in them? Are you warmer? Are you more open? Think about the first child's pose of the day. Does this feel better or different? Maybe not better, different. 3 more breaths here. Sweep the arms forward if you took a bind. Slide the hands back underneath the shoulders. Press the floor away, lift up. Bring those knees back in. Walk the hands forward, passing through your tabletop. Tuck the toes, send the hips up and back. Down dog. Inhale, right leg lifts, 3-legged dog. Exhale, slide it forward. Step the right foot down between the hands. Or again, if you're in tabletop, sweep that right foot forward. Wiggle the right foot forward, press the hips forward, high lunge. High lunge feet, but what we're gonna do this time is warrior 2. So we spin the left heel down, left toes reach out to the long side of the mat. You're gonna feel your left hip pull back. And that's because that's the right thing. You wanna spin the arms up and open to your warrior 2. Arms come to T, right knee stacks on top of the right ankle, right fingertips reach out and forward. Gaze over the right middle finger. I'm gonna switch sides so you can see if it makes sense. Right toes, right knee reaching for the short edge of the mat in front of you. Hips, shoulders all to the long edge of the mat. Right knee stacks on top of the right ankle. And we reach from fingertip to fingertip. They should be as far as possible away from each other. Gaze over the right middle finger. Slide forward, reach forward, and then bring the right forearm down. Left arm reaches long overhead. Extended side angle, gaze up to your left elbow. Feel the way the body is shaped right now, specifically the lower half of the body. We keep the waist down, the legs, everything the same. And we sweep the arms and the upper half of the body back. Left hand finds the left leg, right hand reaches long overhead, gaze up to the right elbow. Peaceful warrior. Inhale here. Exhale back to your extended side angle. Right forearm down, left arm overhead. Reach the right hand down to the mat inside the right leg. Super duper challenge. Maybe you step back to your side plank. And maybe that means you step back to side plank by putting the right knee down. But step back to a side plank. Nice, roll it down. Regular plank, right? Both hands down, lower your way, untuck the toes, inhale, lift. Cobra or up dog. And we send the hips up and back, tabletop or down dog. Last side. Inhale, left leg lifts. 3-legged dog. Exhale, we hug it in, step the left foot down between the hands. And I have to go this way this time. Spin the right heel down. Feel the right hip pull back, open up, warrior two. Beautiful. This time, left toes, left knee facing the short edge of the mat in front of you. Reach the arms out. Hips, shoulders, chest, all to the long edge of the mat. Shoulders stack on top of hips. Gaze over the left middle finger. Slide forward to reach. Left forearm comes down into the left thigh. Right arm reaches long overhead. Gaze up to the right elbow. Think long line on the top side of the body from the fingertips all the way to the outer edge of the right foot. From here, inhale, keep the legs the same. We sweep back, peaceful warrior. Right hand finds the right leg, left hand goes up overhead, and we gaze up to the left elbow. Feel that big stretch in the obliques. Inhale here, exhale back to your extended side angle. Left forearm comes down, right arm overhead. We inhale here. Then we gaze down. Bring the left hand down inside the left foot. Step back with the left. Find your modified or full side plank. Beautiful. Look at the things you didn't think he was going to do today. Yes, yes, yes. Exhale, roll that hand down and lower your way to the mat. Last vinyasa. Inhale, lift cobra or up dog. Exhale, tuck the toes. Send the hips up and back down dog. Come down to the knees. And you can find your way to your back. Yep, find your way to your back. Bring the feet flat, knees up like a tent. So all those planks are some nice core work. So we're gonna get a little bit of the opposite way work. Hands come down by the sides, walk the heels in, close to the butt, as close to the butt as you can. Maybe you lift the hips, walk it in, and then let the hips come back down. If you can, think about as close as if you could reach down to the ankles or touch the heels on each side. And maybe that's not actually attainable, but it's the thought in your mind to set it up. Hands down by the sides, nice, strong, activated, palms down flat. Take a nice big inhale here, fill up the belly. Exhale, belly button pulls into the spine. One more breath here. Inhale, fill it up. Exhale, press into the heels. Belly button still pulls into the spine, and we press the floor away, lifting the hips and the whole front body. Think flat, shoulder to knee. We're lifting that chest up. We're stretching back in the shoulder blades, and all through the back, we're getting a big stretch here from all that plank work that we did. And even the lifting up and down to the warrior ones, high lunges, all of that. From here, can you walk the feet in a little closer? That might make it easier to sustain. Maybe now you can even reach down to the ankles or interlace the fingers behind the back into a fist. You can walk the shoulders in. This is a long bridge, y'all. It is. Maybe you even press into the toes, roll the heels up, lift up a little higher. If you feel like you're too high up, maybe your boobs are suffocating you, you want to go down a little bit lower. Absolutely, feel free. That's how that works sometimes. If you got out of it and you think you got a little more time, come back up, rejoin us. 2 more breaths here. Slowly start to release the heels, release the hands, release the shoulders from underneath you. Roll the spine down 1 vertebrae at a time. Good job. That was a lot. Release the lower back, release the back, the whole spine into the mat. It's much easier with the knees up than it is flat. Bring the arms out wide to T. Take up space. If that means adjusting, shifting where the shoulders are, where the back is, where the hips are, that's fine. Arms nice and wide. Windshield wiper the knees. That looks exactly how it sounds. Sweep them side to side. Awesome. So then when you're ready, come to some stillness. That just releases the lower back a little bit. Hug the knees into the chest, wrap the arms around the shins, tuck the head in and roll up and down on the spine. Roll a little left, a little right. Come to some stillness. Keep the knees tucked in, but the back and the back of the head rest. Hands come down by the side, send the feet up, making an L with the body, legs up the wall. Very nice. From here, roll the ankles. You can also roll the wrists. They might be feeling a bit of tension after all those planks that you are so strong and you did. Change direction in your circles if you're rolling, which for some reason is so much harder. Unless it's just me, I'm okay with that. And then come to some stillness. From here, you can do a little bit of rocking back and forth. I had to slide down a little bit. You can rock back and forth here. And that already like rolls into the back, stretches a little bit more. You can press the palms into the mat to get higher, but maybe you kick all the way overhead for plow. This is again where you might be suffocated. I'm sorry. I got nothing to do about it for myself either. But hands down, you can press the floor away. Maybe it feels better to bring the hands to the lower back, like a picture frame, right? So the elbows are down, try to walk those in as much as possible and bring the hands in. Option to send the feet up, engage the core, zip it all the way up, shoulder stand, deep stretch on the shoulders, the top of the back, but it is a real release. And maybe the legs aren't all the way up. It feels better to just kind of tuck the knees in, tuck the feet in. Still gives you more weight and more leverage, a little bit more than the plow. When you're ready, you can pass through plow and roll yourself all the way down flat. Let the knees fall open wide like a book. Bottoms of the feet come together, making a diamond with the legs. Now that you've rolled out of the back and shoulders, hopefully you feel a big release in the top half of the body. And you can let the arms come out to T, or maybe you cactus them, making a little goal post. You can also take a morning stretch overhead. Do what feels right for your body here, where you're not holding on to any tension. And from here, release all the way down to the mat for your Shavasana position, your resting pose. Now, if it felt better to have the knees up and the feet flat, absolutely bring those in. That works. It's a resting pose. If you feel like you're holding tension or it hurts, you're not resting. So find your resting pose. Release any tension in the forehead, eyebrows. Bring the eyes to a closed or soft gaze toward the ceiling so there are no visual distractions. Release the throat, neck, shoulders. Let the arms, hands, fingers fall naturally. Release the chest, core, hips, glutes, quads. Let the knees drop. Release the calves, the ankles. Let the feet fall. And release the breath. And if you find yourself thinking daily thoughts, you can count your breaths instead. Inhale for 5. Exhale for 6. Start to wiggle the fingers, wiggle the toes. Start to bring awareness back into the breath. Roll over to your right side and curl up into your pose of rebirth, using your bottom arm as a pillow for the head. Hug the knees into the chest. Welcome back. When you're ready, use your top hand to push yourself up to a comfortable seat facing the sound of my voice. You don't have to sit how I sit, sit however is comfortable for you. I invite you to bring your eyes back to a close or keep them closed to hold on to your peace. Place the palms up on the lap if you'd like to receive the energy that you have created in your space today. Or place them down if you're feeling overcharged and you want to release some of that to end your practice and feel more grounded. Inhale, belly, ribs, chest. Exhale, chest, ribs, belly. Inhale, belly, ribs, chest. Exhale, chest, ribs, belly. Deep inhale, belly, ribs, chest. Sip it all the way up to the top. Bring the hands to prayer or into the heart space in any meaningful way. Exhale, bow the head. The light in me honors the light in you. Namaste. Thank you so, so much for joining me. I hope you feel good. Let me know if you have questions. Let me know how you feel. I'm going to